We're going to get started here in just about 1 minute. This is Scott Nelson with my special guest, Mr. Jeff Dawson from beautiful Costa Rica. Jeff is one of the executive partners with Karatbars. I've known Jeff for many, many years. Jeff and his wife Helen moved down to Costa Rica from Canada, I think about 7 or 8 years ago. And Jeff has been part of Karatbars now. Actually, I think all the way back when it used to be called KB Gold, if I'm not mistaken. And Jeff is a incredible leader. He constantly has contacts. He works hand in hand with the company in Germany and with Thomas Schrammer, I believe is his last name, the vice president of operations of Karatbars. And Jeff is an outstanding leader. He has made himself available as my senior partner. Jeff is always available to me on Skype, and he has set up a Skype chat room. So if any of you that are members or those of you that might be guests here today that are going to want to join us, you can once you join our dual compensation program, you will be able to be added into our chat room, which is a really great place to be, because if you can't get a hold of me or you can't get a hold of Jeff, there's usually somebody monitoring that chat room. So anyways, without any further ado, what we're going to cover here today, I'm going to put the screen up on, and I'm going to put this first document. Hopefully this is the right one. Make sure. Hope everybody can see that. Let me see here. Turn on the screen. Okay. And let's go out. I'm going to unmute you, Jeff, if I can find you here. We got a good crowd here today. I want to welcome everybody. There you are. All right. Jeff, can you hear me okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
Got you loud and clear. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, Jeff, we want to thank you for being here today, and thank you for everything that you do. I'm going to try to center this screen a little bit here so we can work our way down. Can you see that slide okay, Jeff?
Yes, I can.
Okay, wonderful. So hold on. Let me just get rid of the Skype box here. All right. So anyways, what Jeff and called me yesterday, as I said in my email to everybody, I want to apologize because when we look at the 12-week plan to a $4,500 a week income, we really have a tendency to look at this with our network marketing or our MLM hat on. And what I really got out of my time yesterday with Jeff, and it really resonated after I was done talking to Jeff, because we really need to keep this whole process very simple. And we really only have a couple of things that we need to do in order for this system, this incredible system of wealth generation to work for everybody. And it's not about going out and looking for the big network marketer that has 1,000 people that he can bring in. I mean, that's a wonderful thing if it happens, but you really want to focus on keeping this simple. And so these 3 pages that you're going to see are rough drafts. They're spelling errors. Please don't correct us on our grammar or anything else. These are things that were put together by one of our leaders just in a few minutes, and so they will be purified, and we will have a full presentation, a PowerPoint and PDF presentation for you in the next week or so. So anyways, Jeff, I want to thank you first of all for taking time out of your busy schedule to jump on here today. We've got a good crowd of people that are understanding what we're looking for. And so without any further ado, Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself out and let you go ahead. And when you get done with the first slide, I'll change it over to the second one for you.
Okay, and I may just get you to move the slide up and down a little bit. But first of all, people, I'd like to, first of all, let me just say thanks to everybody for taking their time out to come to this training session. I got to tell you, I am really super excited, because we've always been trying to simplify the system. And you won't see this on one of our regular 12-week webinars. Many of the other partners believe that it needs to be long and complicated. I've always said, along with one other of our team partners, that definitely we got to shorten this up. We got to make it simple for people. And before I get started, I just want to say thanks to Scott. Scott and I have we've known each other for a very long time, and I see a lot of before you move the screen over, I saw a lot of familiar names there on Scott's team, and I'll tell you, folks, Scott. We made. I talked to a couple of the other senior partners, and I would like you all to know that you have got one of the best uh, team leaders that you could have. Scott has everybody's interest at heart. And I asked the other senior partners if I could create a new senior partner for Karatbars International. And I put Scott's name forward. They've been seeing some of his work, listening to a couple of his different conference calls and webinars. And I'm excited to say today that Scott is now a senior partner in training. So congratulations, Scott. And it's always a pleasure to work with you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 12-week plan and how to get to $4,500 a week and perpetual lifetime goal. Now, Scott hit a couple really important points. You got to take off your network marketing hat and throw it in the garbage. You really do. You've got to remember that this is a relationship business. Everybody says, well, he's a super builder or a fantastic sponsor. He can go. One of the things that we know in the network marketing industry, it's always been about people. Well, this is not about people on this one. We're not interested in having people go out and sponsor 20, 30, 200, 300 people, and you'll see why. And basically, what we're going to talk about is the times that we live in today. And I mean, you see what's happening in the news every day, and it's growing. Well, do you think there's anybody out there somewhere that would like to take a look at a legitimate business plan to produce $4,500 passive income in 12 weeks? And if so, how many do you think there's out there? Do you think there's a few? Do you think there's a lot? Or do you think there's millions? There's probably millions out there, but there's only a few willing to do what it takes and follow a system. You don't need to reinvent the system. What you're going to see in front of you right here is you see this box, and we call it the brick. And what the system is, it's 2 steps. I mean, do you know anybody out there that doesn't want to create a free savings account, open a free Karatbars account that affords them 100% protection? The government can't seize it. It's inflation proof. It has never gone bankrupt. And which would you rather have? When you go to the bank and you get rid of your fiat currency, and you get an IOU from the bank or that worthless piece of paper that says we owe you money, or would you much rather take your fiat currency, deposit it in your own account, and have real gold on hand? And one of the things that's really surprising is I'm finding that the average is about 90%. You'd think 100% of the people would want to do it. No, some people still believe that the banks are the safest place. Safety deposit boxes and everything else is the safest place to put their money. There's really no logical reason not to open a free account with Karatbars International. Everybody looks for an offshore place to hide money legally and do it correctly. Well, this is the correct way to move money. And as you see, we talk about moving money. And for those people, what we're looking for is a 12-week commitment. Okay, a 12-week commitment to purchase 1 gram of gold or exchange worthless paper money for 1 gram every week. And Scott said it may take you 12 weeks, 13 weeks, 14 weeks. It's not really important. But if you follow the system, okay, and we've got a number of people on our team that are doing the system, we've proven it works absolutely. Guaranteed it does if you do the steps and not complicate things. What we're looking for is people who want to open up a free Karatbars account and then immediately acquire a package. Okay, and we call that positioning yourself, getting plugged into the system and starting to move money. Now, I don't care. Somebody comes into the business and or the opportunity or opens a free account. After 12 weeks, if they follow this plan, it doesn't matter if they never spend another dime, not a cent, because if they follow the plan, in 12 weeks, they will be earning in excess of $4,500, and they will have perpetual gold for the rest of their life. And this is a teaching system, folks. This is not sponsoring. It is relationship building and educating people to do 2 simple steps. Now, when you acquire a package, what you've done is you've entered into the future. We have you choose your own paycheck in this one. All right, you can give yourself a pay raise at any time, and as you can see here by the slide, the bronze package, it's the entry level, and you can see the VIP is the CEO level. Now, it really doesn't matter where you start, people. This is so important. Get started. If everybody comes in at a bronze package, it doesn't matter because the numbers that we're going to talk about are strictly the 40-12 week plan based on the bronze system. How much you earn quickly is a whole thing. And, Scott's like me and several other people. If I can get paid for the same amount of time and the same amount of effort, I can be paid more. And as you can see here, you can get 10, 40, 60, or 80 euros per cycle. I'm the type of guy that if I have to spend a few more dollars to earn that extra income for the same amount of effort and time, I'm going to do that. But the key on this is not selling the packages. Okay, the whole key is to move or change or exchange approximately $65 weekly into gold money, into Karatbars. Move money with velocity. We do have a number of people that buy more than 1 gram. It really doesn't matter, but the whole system is based on just 1 gram every week. And people say to me, well, I'll wait till the end of the month and I'll buy at the end of the month. It doesn't work that way. Okay, I want you to understand this. It's so important to follow the system. And you'll understand why it's so important. 1 gram a week is painless. And people are people of habit. So what we're trying to do is create a new habit. Change some cellular memories. Change everything that we've ever been taught into a weekly savings plan. Okay, that's the key. And so as we do this, it becomes more and more comfortable. And people will ask you, are you doing this? Are you participating? And we're going to do something that's not been done in the network marketing history before. If somebody says to me, am I doing the plan? I will gladly show them my back office. Now, I'm going to admit first, right off the bat, I made a mistake because I do the weekly, but I was also purchasing massive amounts of gold in there. And because the company allows you to have a wife and your kids involved, each one should have a separate account. But in my main account, all I ever do now is purchase 1 gram a week because that is the key. I want to be able to show people, take them into my back office and show them that here, believe it or not, I am doing the 1 gram a week. And it's so important because this is where the trust comes. People believe you. If you're doing the 1 gram a week, they will do exactly what you are doing. Now, in the first week, when you bring somebody in, it's so important that they find 2 people and repeat the exact same system that we talked about. Enroll, create a free account. The second step is immediately acquire a package, position, get in the system, and start to move your money immediately. It's that simple. I mean, people look at it and they go, oh my gosh, what is this? Well, it's a saving system. And we had some people who got into the system, and in their first 2 or 3 weeks, their team exploded. But what happened is they stopped buying their gold weekly because they got their gold for free. We're not purchasing it. So what the leader does in your team, lead by example. If you're doing it, the team will do it. Okay, this is a program for those who get the concept. We're not here to convince you that to do this. Okay, you have to be of willing heart and mind and throw all the things that you ever learned about network marketing before out. Now, Scott, if you can just roll that up a little bit so we can see the 5 no bargaining and the belief system below. A little more, that's great, perfect. You want to be nice with people, but in this one here, folks, you got to be 100% committed or you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. It's so simple. And when we say no bargaining, we mean no bargaining. You know, if you get somebody that says, well, you know, maybe I'll try, maybe I won't, or, you know, I'll try to do it. No, folks, what you're going to do is you've got 2 top positions. You're the CEO of your company. And you're going to say, hey, listen, you know what? I'm looking for people who get the concept, they can understand it, and they can teach the system. If you can't teach the system, then let me, your senior partner, okay, or Scott, do the work with you, okay, not for you, but with you. And why do we say no bargaining? Because it builds belief. You see, if you have that conviction and you know that the system's going to work and that it's your company, you're the CEO, you want two people who are going to be identical to you, have the same belief, the same dedication, and will do whatever it takes to get it done. Okay? They will take no excuse. All they're saying is, hey, you know what? That's great. I appreciate you offering. Come in, be a customer, be part of the team, but I'm looking for the two people who will do what I'm doing and willing to do it for 12 weeks, a 90-day commitment to change their life forever. Now, the second part of this is duplicate. I mean, it's not really hard to show a system here that where you enroll, create a free account, and immediately acquire a package. That's it, folks. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler. But you have to do your share. Okay? Don't expect others. Many of you have a huge team built underneath you and are sitting there saying, this is great, I'm getting income. No, get out there and help two others. Find your own too, whether they're brand new people or whether they're people that you brought in and you haven't reached out and extended that hand out to help them do it, because this is helping others do the work, because you'll be rewarded. I can't tell you how immensely this will change your life. The third step is to connect your team together as a team, okay, just in your own little group, but also with the senior partners. Make them available to us. Don't be afraid to get on the phone or get on the Skype. I work on Skype. It's the easiest way to get hold of me. And introduce your new partners or your new partners or team leaders to me. Let me work for you, okay? That's what I'm here to do. The fourth step is so important, okay? Monitor your team. Monitor your own progress. And we're going to give you a couple tools that you can. And when I say show your invoices, okay, I'm not saying go in and show them your paycheck. Okay, as you become more familiar with your back office, you can go in and you can go directly into your back office and you can go to your team units, okay, and the dual team system, and you can show them the units on your right and your left side, and you can check anybody on your team. You can check the units and monitor and see how you can help. Okay, go in and take interest in them. See where you can help. See where we can help, where we can jump in and help you. Because you see, we've got our two. Scott and I have our two. In fact, we have more than our two, and many of you do too. Now what we're doing is reaching down into the organization. We want to know how we can help you. We don't need any more people. We're looking for those two to help you. Show people your invoices, okay? And that's when you go into the back office, and I hope you're all familiar. If you're not, contact us, we'll show you. But go in and it shows invoices or transactions. Show people that you're buying the 1 gram a week. They don't need to see the rest of your invoices or things like that. But let them see that you're doing it. It builds trust, okay? It's trust that we're looking for. And when you put those four together, okay, all of a sudden it creates a cash flow positive situation rather than negative. And if you've been following the old 12-week system, most people will see a cash flow in the third or fourth week. They're already earning their free gold and things like that. But see, what happens is people stop purchasing their gold. They depend on the free gold. This is your 1 gram commitment, okay? As the business grows, you're going to find that you're getting 2, 3, 4, 5 grams, 6 grams, 8 grams a week free, okay? The company pays you in cash or in gold, but the commitment still is 1 gram. You see, that's the key. Because if you stop doing what you're doing, that's what you can do that after the 12 weeks over and your team is built and somebody that's been in for 13 weeks is 12 weeks like you is doing the same thing, then you can stop because you're earning more than enough money and it's going to be automatic. You won't have to worry about purchasing your 1 gram a week after the 12 weeks because it's being done automatically for you. How many people out there would like to have a positive cash flow? Okay, and when you have that, cash out. Don't let it sit there doing nothing, okay? Because that's what smart people do is they put it to work right away. Get more gold. It's bankrupt proof. It's collapse-proof. It's inflation-proof. It's your security for the future and for your children, great-grandchildren. It is your protection. Scott, can you bring up the next slide, please? Okay. Now, we're going to reinforce what we just said, okay? And we're going to do this several times because I want to make things very simple for you to understand things. Okay, and remember I called that first slide the brick. Okay, this is a brick and mortar business. Okay, the brick part of it, okay, is one, enroll, purchase a package, get your KYC done, and start the 1 gram a week. All right, it's taking action. Okay, you got to take immediate action because you know what? We've been a nation of procrastinators, or we'll say, I'll do it next week. And that's what some of the procrastinators do. They don't want to buy the 1 gram a week. They say, I'll wait till next week, or I'll wait till the following week, or I'll wait till the end of the month and buy my 4 grams or 5 grams at the end of the month. It doesn't work that way. It just does not work. You have to demonstrate what you're doing. Be a product of what you talk about. Hesitation puts you behind the ones that don't do it. Okay, that's when it happens. You don't take action, somebody else is going to pack it. Somebody else is going to talk to that person. You can do this all by yourself, okay? That's what this is about. Don't depend on others to secure your future or take action for you. Go out and find your two. I don't care how big your team is. Go out and find two. The nice thing about this is you don't need anybody's permission, okay? You don't need anybody's opinion, or you don't need their approval or their criticism. It's wonderful. Here's the point, folks. Value yourselves for who you are. You don't need to change anything. You may have to change a few habits, but value your own opinion on this. Go with the heart, okay? And that's the brick of the business. The mortar part of this business is team up with two that will repeat steps 1 and 2, okay? And, you know, people say, well, I don't know if I can find somebody, or, you know, oh, gosh, I don't know 2 people. They're not your team leaders, okay? They're not. They're a customer. They could be part of the team and they can benefit from following in the organization somewhere. But those are not the 2 team leaders that you're looking for. Okay. Put blinders on is what I'm going to ask you to do. Everything else doesn't matter. Okay. No matter what you do, get your package, get your KYC, get your gram, and then look for those 2 that will do exactly the same thing. Once you've done that, then help those 2 duplicate the same thing. Value their own opinion, okay? Listen to them. Help them. Those are the people that we need, okay? There's no need to complicate this, okay? And as you can see here, it says focus on 2 simple tasks. Do the brick part, which is your part, enrolling, getting a package, get KYC, get in the program, and plugging them into the system. The mortar part is finding those 2 others, okay? Start to cement your team together. When you start to do that, all of a sudden you're going to have money going on your international debit card weekly. Every Friday, it's on the card. There you are. You've got it. Plus, you get paid in gold. It's absolutely amazing. Now, the new Sizzle call is really good. It's 3 minutes, okay? And the PIN, you should have it programmed into your cell phone or onto your computer or record it. You record, if you can't, put it on a recorder and put it somewhere that you have. It's the best and simplest 3-way call that you got to go, okay? Then say to people, hey, Scott, let me ask you a question. Will you give me 3 minutes of your undivided attention, okay? That's all I want. And then when they say yes, key them into that call. Be quiet. Put your phone on mute so they can't hear you or the background noise. And then after it's over, shut it off, and then say, hey, Scott, let me ask you a question. And Scott, I'd like you to unmute for a minute. Scott, let me ask you a question. What is the interest scale on a 1 of 10? Do you think you are in this program?
Oh, I'm definitely a 10.
Perfect. You know, Scott, that's the type of person we're looking for. You know, if you had given me an answer that you're a 1 or a 2 or even a 7, I would say, hey, you know what, I'd like to give you some more information, let you go there. Let's get your free account opened up. But you know what, I'm looking for a 10 because I've only got 2 positions in this, and you qualified. You answered the correct thing. Thank you so much, Scott. Now let me ask another question, Scott. Do you have the flexibility in your schedule to see a live webcast today at 12 Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern today? Do you have that flexibility?
Yeah, I do.
Great. Listen, you know what? Which one's best for you?
The 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Great. I will be on the call. I'll see your name appear, and then we'll discuss it after. Okay? And I'll see you there. Now that you've taken the first steps, okay, we're going to open up your free account. We're going to get you started, and then I'm going to send you to this website, Getting Started, KD Getting Started, and you can go through it at your own leisure. It's not super important, but it's something that you need to do so you can understand the business better. Thanks so much, Scott, and we'll be back together very soon. That's how simple this business is, folks. Okay, what you've done is you've qualified them without having to send them to a whole bunch, giving a whole bunch of information overload. Scott's going to be on the webinar at 9 p.m. He made a commitment. 15 minutes before the webinar, get on the phone, and I'm going to confirm with you, Scott, that you're going to be there, and I'll see you come on. Okay? If you can't be on, give me advance notice, Scott, because I'm really looking for people who are committed. Now, you'll see a chart at the bottom here. Okay? It's really good to measure your activity, and when you see the results on the chart, you'll start to get excited. Okay? And it's just filling in one square 3 times a day. And some people say, I can't do that. Well, you know what? If you can't do it, what I say to people is, this is a simple process. Start with 2 times a day, minimum. But we want to try 3 times a day. And why do we say that? And, it's kind of funny. People will chart their success, and then they know what they're doing something. You see, if you start to fill them in, you put the person's name, telephone number, Skype in there, you start to know that you're contacting people, and you're not leaving anything to chance. Nothing is for chance here. Then you're going to see that you're being constructive. If you're having a problem getting the 3 contacts a day, then contact us, the senior partners. Tell us what you're doing. Let us know what you're doing. Or maybe this business isn't for you. Okay, if you can't commit, then don't commit to doing it. All right, and you'll find you'll get excited with this. I mean, since 1972, I have never been this excited in any network marketing business that we've ever been in. Okay, and here's the key, folks. If you want fruit and you want it to be rich, consistency will bear you fruit in time. Okay, it will. You may not see it the first day or the second day, but all of a sudden by the 3rd, 4th day, you've got your 2 people and you're going, holy moly, this is great. Okay? And plug the people into the system. Get them doing the system. And before long, what we do, is so simple, it'll just roll off your tongue. You won't have to think about it. It'll be automatic. You see, that's what we're talking about, changing the cellular pattern, changing the system, changing your programming. It's just flipping another switch. It's wiping the hard drive of everything that you've learned and learning to do something else. How many people have had a problem with the computer and you go, oh, and you throw your hands up and then you format it? So that's what I want you to do today. I want you to format the computer and start new and follow the system. It's great. And, there's an old saying, and Scott will laugh about this because we've said this so many times to each other. Some will, some won't. So what? Who cares? Next. That's what we say. Somewhere, 6 will, okay? 6 cannot hide from you forever unless you act like a secret agent and never open your mouth and keep everything quiet. But 2, whether they're VIPs or 2 whether they're golds or 2 whether they're silvers, it really doesn't matter. Be the messenger, not the message. Show people the program. Just plug them in. Let them do it. And, we've done this over so many years, Scott and I. We know, ask 100, 80 will listen, 40 will see it for sure, 20 will enroll, 10 will buy, and 6 will duplicate. Now, you notice it says 6 will duplicate. Okay? It's great. That's all you need. All you need is 2, but teach those 2, okay? And I can't impress upon you this much. When you find your 2, stop looking for more people right away. You made a commitment, relationship. You've got your 2. That's all you need. Those 2 are committed. Plug them into the system. Show them that you care. hold them by the hand, walk them through, be there, and work with their two, and work with their two. That's how our system works. It's so easy to do, okay? Not complicated. Scott, can you bring up the next slide, please? Scott, are you there? Hello.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
can you see it? There it is, Jeff.
There we go. We're going to teach you management. Yep, it just came up. Thanks, buddy. We're going to teach you a new thing, okay? And it's teach the team of 14. Okay, remember I said this is teach. Remember in the old days it used to be called teach the sponsor to sponsor to sponsor or teach? Well, this one is teach, 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 teach. Okay, that's all it is. Teach two to teach two to teach two to teach two to teach two. Very duplicatable. Scott will email this chart out to you. Okay, and the senior partner is, I'm your immediate senior partner in this. Okay, and Scott will give you all my information, and for those that have a pen and pencil, I'll give it to you right now. My Skype name is JPDHRM. That's the easiest way to get hold of me. And we're on Mountain Time. And the email, Scott will send you all the information after the webinar. Now, everybody needs a roadmap. You have to have a map. You have to have a plan. So at the top of the chart, you'll put in your name. You're the leader. Okay? And then you're going to put everybody in pencil. And people are going to say, pencil, why? I says, because this is very, very important. If somebody isn't performing, you just rub them out. You move them off. Okay? You look for the two people who are doing something. Okay? So you've got your first two people on level one. Your two that have chosen. Make sure in a 10-minute three-way call with them, okay, exchange your names, usernames, phone, email, and Skype. That's so important. And then get them to start their own chart exactly like you have. Now, you may have a couple in there that have some blue spots. Don't worry about it. But on your main level, you have your two leaders. They're doing the work. And on level 1, level 2, and then level 3. You don't need to look any deeper than that. If you manage the top 3 levels of your group, okay, and help them to manage their top 3 and their top 3, you're duplicating the system. It's so simple, all right? This is a chart. We're giving you a roadmap, something you can see your progress and be excited about and know who your leaders are. You don't need 20 leaders. You don't need 30 leaders. You personally only need 2, all right? Now, what are the dimensions, or what are you looking for? Okay, and below there's a record here of what you're looking for. They have to have the 3 Ds, the dream. Do they have a dream? Is it based on a real defined goal or calling, or are they just wishful thinkers? Okay, you want to know what their dream is. When you bring somebody in, ask them, what is your dream? What is important to you? And if they help them achieve the dream. You see, when you help others achieve their dream, you'll always get what you want, okay? The desire. Do they have that fire in the belly, okay? Not just an okay, well, yeah, I'm going to try it, or maybe, or if they keep coming up with excuses, when they start coming up with excuses, that's your first warning sign. They're not your team leader, because you're looking for that person that has that fire, that desire to get to that $4,500 and free gold for life, okay? It's their attitude, determination. Are they willing to do whatever it takes, no matter how long it takes to see it through? And when I say that, we're seeing that we've got record numbers of people doing this 12-week program who are achieving 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 after the 12 weeks. So, I mean, it works, folks. This is not a question, does this program work? We know it works. It's been put to the test. And when people just need to commit. And it doesn't mean that you got to spend every waking minute in this business, okay? It means practicing at least 3 times a day. That's it. I mean, a simple question and having some fun. Because this is fun. As you start, your team starts to grow and you see the growth of your team and helping people, there's no better satisfaction in the world knowing that you're helping someone else achieve their dream. Each of your team members will have, okay, and this is so key, the brick, signed up with the package. They've committed to buying that 1 gram a week or exchanging, okay? I like to use the term exchanging. We're going to change the slide to exchanging 1 gram a week, okay, until they get their gold for free after the 12-week program. Because, people misinterpreted this. They said, well, because I bought a VIP package, I get my gold for free in the 4th week. No, 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 no. You commit to buying 1 gram a week, showing people you in your back office, by your invoices, you are doing the program. There's no cheating on this, folks. Absolutely no cheating. We're establishing a trust, we're establishing a relationship, and we're teaching a 2-step simple program. They've identified their 2, okay, who have signed up with a package and are following the plan. That's when you start to fill in the squares. Let your identified team leaders know how you see them on your team and how you intend to help them grow. All right, and through 3 generations deep, because you're going to watch their team. Okay, they're going to be doing the same thing you're doing. They're going to have the same chart. It's a duplicatable system. We can have fun with this. It's fun to chart your progress and see. And all of a sudden, you're going to be going so crazy, and the team growth is going to be explosive. I mean, wouldn't you much rather do a 10-minute presentation? And this is a training presentation that we're doing here. But wouldn't you much rather just spend 5 to 6 minutes with somebody? And if you can go back to the previous slide, Scott, just for a second. One of the things I want to explain, you should always ask permission. Some people go, ask permission? I say, yeah, seriously, okay? You're building this team, and you're coming up, all right? And this center part, there you are. It says play the sizzle call, okay? There's actually 4 questions. And one of the things I'd like everybody to write this down or say, Scott, this is Jeff. I need 5 to 6, maybe 7 minutes of your time. Is it a good time to talk?
Yes.
Wait for the answer. If he says yes, great, Scott. But more importantly, I need 3 minutes of undivided attention. And then key up the call. Plug them in. Okay? That's going to take up 3 minutes. Okay? The next 3 minutes, okay, are going to be asking them, what is your level of interest on a scale of 1 to 10? If they're a 9 and 10, plug them in, get them started, get them going right away, and ask them the next question right away before you open up their free account. Scott, do you have the flexibility in your schedule to be on a webcast? And now I understand it's already past 12 Eastern time right now, so I would adjust that question to say, Scott, can you be on a webinar tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time or 12 noon tomorrow? Which is the best one for you?
9 p.m. tonight.
Perfect, I'll be there, okay? So ask them. Follow through, okay? Learn those simple steps, folks, and your success and your team's going to explode. Then plug them in. Open up their free account. Get them started right away. You can do that free account, okay, folks, in 2.5 minutes if your internet's slow. So you've used up your 5 to 7 minutes. You've accomplished everything, and then get them started. Meet them on the call and do the follow-up. That's a simple system. Not complicated, easy to do. Scott, you want to come on in?
Yeah, I'm thrilled by what you've presented here because it really simplifies the process. And one of the things that I want to add in, because I think it confuses people sometimes. Remember, this 12-week system is in the perfect mathematical equation, which means that you don't just sign up for free, buy your package, and start saving a gram per week. That is your responsibility. Second step is to find two people that will do exactly the same. Now, in a perfect world, if this happened all the way through for 12 full weeks, you would reach a minimum income of $4,500 per week. And this is so important to remember. Now, if I enroll Jeff, and Jeff, maybe Jeff just takes a couple of weeks longer. Maybe it takes him 2 or 3 weeks. It's okay. If Jeff is the right person, he's going to be one of my leaders. And it may just mean that it takes me 16 or 17 weeks to get there. But I can tell you that as you go through the process and you simplify this by taking off your network marketing hat and simply talk about, maybe with somebody that you already know, about the economy. I mean, we know that we can go back and trace gold back for over 5,000 years of positive history. In fact, I think I went through the charts and I put it in the email, but since 1971, gold has appreciated every year with the exception, I think, of 2 years, and it's averaged over 25% since 2000, between 2000 and 2014. So if you look at this and understand that, if I were to sit here with Jeff and we were saying, hey, go in and buy $65 or $70 a week in shampoo and vitamins, then you would probably say, well, what am I going to do with $200 or $300 worth of vitamins each month? Certainly, myself and 3 kids and my wife can't take $300 worth of vitamins. Do you understand the difference of what we're talking about here? Where you can actually, you've already, I mean, there are nearly 50 people on this webinar this morning. Now, I want to challenge each and every one of you. Look at your bank account right now. Look at what you have in your house or in your garage. I love what Jeff shared with me yesterday. Certainly, I love when I talk to a new member and they're going to buy a VIP package because it creates a $400 upfront commission. It creates 100 units in my binary or my dual compensation. But I would much rather, and Jeff, this is what hit me yesterday. I would much rather have, if I'm talking to Bill and Bill says, yeah, I want to come in as a VIP because I want that CEO pay. And I say, well, that's great, Bill. Now, Bill, are you unclear about needing to make sure that you're purchasing or exchanging into a minimum of 1 gram of gold every single week? And Bill says, well, gosh, if I come in as a VIP, that's going to be pretty much impossible for at least the next month. Then I'm going to encourage Bill, go down to a gold or go down to a silver or even a bronze, as long as I know that you can honor your commitment to the team to purchase or exchange into 1 gram of gold every week. Guess what? When you look at the what the results are going to be at the end of a year. I mean, Jeff shared his results yesterday with some of the gold that him and Helen have been able to acquire. You know, Jeff, I've been able to turn money coming right onto that MasterCard pay card into over 5 ounces of gold in just 90 days. And believe me, and Jeff knows that when I started this back in the very last day or two of November, I call it December 1st, we didn't have the money to go out and buy gold. And we realized that this was going to provide us a way to be able to hedge against the, I believe, soon coming collapse of the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, and the euro. And when we talk about exchanging 65, 66, 67, whatever gold's at, for 1 gram of gold each week, you realize that at the end of the year, you're not going to have 5 boxes of shampoo and vitamins. You're going to actually have, if you only did 4 grams, you're going to have 50 grams, which is almost 2 ounces of gold at the end of your first year. That's if you just did nothing more than that. Let's just say you were earning $1,000 or $4,000 or $10,000 a week or a month, and you took all of that money and went over to the ATM machine and took everything out in cash, and all you did was just just go out and get your 1 gram every week on your website, that you would have nearly 2 ounces of gold. And gold today is about almost 1,500 now. How many business opportunities can we look at where if you just do that simple act, even if you were just a customer and you didn't participate as an affiliate in the dual compensation, wouldn't that make sense? You would be protecting yourself, your family, and your loved ones with that certain hedge or that insurance policy. If you haven't looked on the news, I'm not talking about the world news tonight. I'm talking about digging on the uh, internet and finding people who have followed the economic collapses around the world, the bank failures around the world, and all the other stuff going on, and listen to what they're saying. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Jeff. It's happening. It's happening yesterday. And so we're seeing gold. I remember at the start of the year, I believe in January, Jeff, I think gold was around 1,220, if I'm not mistaken. And I think yesterday, I think it closed somewhere around 1375, 1380. I know I went to APMEX and they're selling 1 ounce gold coins now for over $1,400 for an ounce of gold. So it just makes good sense. It makes good business sense to be partnering with Karatbars and really helping others. So back to you, Jeff.
Great, thanks, Scott. And Scott mentioned something so important. Okay, remember, we're not selling gold. Okay, we are helping people open a free savings account. And what are we doing? We're giving them protection, absolute protection. It's funny, the analogy, I was starting to laugh because, this is the first time in our network marketing history that we haven't had to buy our paycheck. We haven't had to fill up our garage or warehouse or pour the product down the drain so we could get a check. It's just so much fun. I got to tell you, folks, let me ask you a question. I'm sure there's a lot of you people in there that are with an MLM company or a network marketing company, and how many of you have seen the marketing plan change, or to go to the next level of income, you have to buy more product or up your group volume? When you understand this compensation plan, there is none of that. They don't change the compensation plan. The benefits just get better. And it's not about selling product. It's about helping people open up one savings account. And I mean, every member in the family should have a savings account, folks. Your kids, your mother, your grandfather, everybody should have a savings account that gives them 100% protection. Okay, that's what this is all about. Remember, protection and opening a savings account, a free savings account, and getting started. And which would you rather have? Would you much rather have and as Scott said, 40 cases of shampoo and pills, or would you much rather have gold, something that's hard that will give you protection? And he is so right. You listen to the money experts, they're talking gold will go $4,000, $5,000 an ounce. And this is so key. When you're talking to somebody, never, ever mention buying gold. What you're doing is you're helping people exchange paper money for gold. You help people open up a free savings account. And I'm going to say this in closing because we're running very, very close to the time. If you ask this question to people or make the statement, hey, Scott, I found a great way to buy gold, or I got a great way of exchanging gold, folks, you've already lost it. You haven't got, you'll never get to first base. You've lost that. Remember, you're here to help people. And if you want to ask any question, ask 3 questions, simple questions like, hey, Scott, you do deal with a bank and financial institution, correct? And when they say yes, say great. You're probably in the same boat that I am. You're not too happy with the performance of the banks, and I don't really trust the banks, and I really don't trust the government, and they're printing us into oblivion. If I could show you how to protect your savings without any risk, and if the bank closes tomorrow, I've lost my money. If I could show you a new savings plan that I'm not asking to spend any more money. I just want you to take half your savings and put it in your own savings account. Which would you prefer? Going to the bank, putting your money in there, getting a paper IOU, and if the bank closes tomorrow or the economy collapses, you're absolutely flat busted bankrupt. Or if you could take your currency, deposit it in your own savings account, and immediately acquire gold, whether it's $50, $100, $200, any sum whatsoever, immediate gold in your possession, Which would you prefer? Now, you didn't ask them to buy gold. You're not selling gold. You asked them just to change the savings habit. Remember, that's all we're doing. Educating, having fun, and showing people an alternative to the fiat currency where there is no protection, where there is no insurance deposit commission that's going to ever cover the collapse of the banks or the economy. And have fun with it, people. Have fun. It's easy to do. And once you get that selling hat and the MLM part out of that memory, out of that hard drive, wiped clean, you're going to find your business grows faster. And it's just practice, people. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. They'll either get it or they won't, or they'll be willing to participate or they won't. Scott, back to you.
Well, I really appreciate that. Because of the time, we want to honor everybody's commitment to their day and their family. If you have any questions for Jeff or for myself, anything about the presentation today, if you would just send an email out to me at SpokaneGoldRush@gmail. That's SPOKANE goldrush@gmail.com. And just include your question or questions. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can, which is probably going to be on Monday because we're heading out of town this morning to go up and spend some time with some friends up north. But we want to make sure we get your questions answered. I will also be emailing out to all of you who have attended today Jeff's contact information, his Skype number or Skype username, and his email. So you'll be able to have a true senior partner other than myself because we are committed. Now, if you are already enrolled and let's say you're just a free affiliate and this is something that you can commit to doing every single week and following this simple 3-step, I will also be sending out the slides to you so that you can print out your chart to keep accountability there. And of course, if you have not enrolled yet and you want to do this 2 simple steps and get yourself to a financial freedom type of income in the short while ahead, then if you have not purchased your marketing package, you want to do that right away. Obviously, I'm not going to be working in this system with anybody who does not have a marketing package, but that doesn't mean that you are not valuable. It just means that we welcome you as a free affiliate. You'll get paid anytime that you refer anybody through our unilevel compensation plan. That's the one way you get paid as a free affiliate. And of course, we want those people also to feel free, if you're on here today, to start your gold savings account by signing up for your free account and start to save whatever amount you can by simply exchanging the depreciating, devaluing US dollar, Canadian dollar, and euros or whatever currency you're in, because I know we have people from different parts of the world on this webinar today. Just exchange it at your very own secure Karatbars website. Final announcement before we finish up, I will be starting today and through next week recording a 3 series of videos, which is going to be what we call Basic 101 Boot Camp for Karatbars, which I'll have one video that will show you how to enroll people. I'll give you a tour of a website and actually sign and enroll a new person, so you'll be able to see the process. And then we will go back into back office training on the second video, and the third one is yet to be determined. But we'll have that series completed for you next week. So if you haven't enrolled, get back to the person, because I know there's a number of guests here today. Get started now if you can commit to this. Now remember, we welcome all customers, of course, and free affiliates, even if you are not looking to do the dual compensation program and to accelerate the income. But if you want to do that and you have not enrolled, get back to the person so they can get you started right away and talk to you a little further about being one of their top 2 people. And any questions, once again, please send those out to SpokaneGoldRush@gmail.com, and I will get those answered by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. Okay, Jeff, I want to thank you so
Just
much.
before we go, just before we go, okay. And one of the things I want to impress upon you all, okay. And Scott, you won't have to do a three-part presentation because the new site that we just put up, and that's there because you haven't seen it. And to be fair to Scott, the KB Getting Started site has the three steps that Scott just talked about. There's a 3-minute video on how to open your account and get your referral links and your business started. Okay. Then the next one is how to set your first Karatbars, how to order your first Karatbars team package. Okay. We put this all together so nobody has to do anything. Okay. It's all put together for you. And that's a 6-minute video. And then step 3, because so many people don't know how to upload or really don't understand the KYC thing, there's a 3-minute and 11-second video how to do that, and then there's a repeat of what we just went over. Okay, there's the no need to focus, the second slide. All right, and it says how to set up your set it and forget it auto exchange into gold. Okay, so it's already done for you, and that's a great site for those who want to get started right away and refresh themselves. And we're trying to simplify the system, okay, and make everything so easy for you. All right. Sorry about that, Scott.
Oh, that's great news. That saves me having to do that. So once again, that website is KB Karatbars KB Getting GETTING started.com. KB Getting started.com. And
No, there's dot. It's KB Getting Started dot YOLASITE.com, and it's on that second slide there, Scott. If they want to just bring it up and let them write it down.
Oh, KB Getting Started.yolasite.com.
Correct.
Okay, so there it is right there in the middle. You want to write that down. KB Getting Started. Let's go ahead and click on that. We can actually see what it looks like. And there it is. Okay, Karatbars International, seamless setup guide, open an account, how you enroll for free. Of course, secondly is how to order your first Karatbars dual team package. And of course, remember that dual team package is what you start with, and what they're talking about, your first is not where you're buying multiple packages, but you can upgrade at any time. If you start, let's say, at the silver and you want to upgrade to VIP or whatever, you can upgrade. So that's what they mean by that. Step 3, very important that you know how to upload your customer, your KYC documents, because that's going to be required to get paid and to be able to purchase your 1 gram minimum. So when you purchase your package, make certain that you go right to step 3. And this is a 3-minute video. It's very, very simple. It takes about 1 or 2 business days for those to be approved. And then, of course, there's your recap. And then here is, for those of you that have a forgetful spirit or a mind, an older mind like mine, you can go in there and set up your weekly auto ship if you want to, so you'll never miss out on your 1 gram per week. So, and there is a Karatbars overview and affiliate training. So that's a really great site, Jeff. kbgettingstarted.yolasite. And let's go back there. Oops, where did I go with it here? Right
you don't
there.
need to explain. It's so simple. We don't want to just learn to point people to the websites, and if they get hung up, tell them to call you. But it's so simple, folks, when you see it.
Awesome. So that's it for today, folks. Thank you so much. Great crowd. Have a wonderful weekend. Get back to the person if you want to get started, get enrolled, get your package, start exchanging and opening your gold savings account, your free gold savings account. And I appreciate everybody joining us. Once again, Jeff, thanks so much for your help. God bless everybody. Have a good day. We'll see you at the top. Bye-bye.